Hi, this is Danny Doyle, and welcome back to my The Thousand Year Door Zero Experience playthrough. And from the exhausted look of Coops, you can probably guess what my plan for the Shadow Sirens is. And yes, in case you were wondering, the Shadow Sirens are actually the first mandatory fight of Chapter 2. So we're going to be doing some peril strats, we're going to be doing some AoE damage, we are going to try to take them out as quickly as possible. Not because this is some sort of LTC run, although I do think an LTC of Thousand Year Door would be fairly interesting, in terms of routing and getting experience and all that fun stuff with mandatory battles. But I'm not doing that. I'm doing a different thing. I'm doing zero growths. Or not zero growths. 0% growths. I mean, fuck. Level 1 run. Zero experience. That's the one. And so what this involves is a turn 1 power shell to deal 8 damage to all of them. And then a turn 1 earth tremor, baby! I guess this is kind of the LTC, although in an LTC I wouldn't be able to do this because I do have to spend turns pre-damaging Coops, which I didn't show off in the fight because that would be boring. You don't want to see Coops just getting hit over and over, or maybe you do. Comment below if you hate Coops and you just want to watch him get hit over and over and over. I think that's enough. I can fail on purpose and that'll be enough damage there. I promise the fights get more difficult as we go on. But that's the Shadow Sirens fight. All taken down at once. So, yay! Tragic. Vivian's gonna get beat up for this. She doesn't get the necklace now. So I guess the transphobia arc has begun? Please don't fucking clip that out of context. Well, we'll be right back. Okay, so, right here, right here, we get a Shine Sprite. I actually got that before the Shadow Sirens fight, but we're putting it in afterwards because I wanted to open with the fight. And here we have the Quake Hammer, which might actually be useful. You know, it is AoE damage on the hammer, so that's something. After all of that hard work, we have returned to Rougeport in order to purchase the contact lens. Because once you order it and then leave town, I don't want the mushroom, go away. Once you order it and then leave town, it'll arrive the next time you come back to town. So we're just gonna go ahead and give that to Tasty, or Zesty. Tasty is the 64 one. We're gonna give it to Zesty, and then she'll be able to cook for us. And that's useful, because while we do only have 1 ingredient available at the moment, like she can do 2 ingredient recipes once you get her the cookbook, but right now we can do 1 ingredient recipes. There are a couple of good 1 ingredient recipes. There's some ways to, for example, you can make a mushroom into a fried shroom, and that will restore both HP and BP. Which is definitely helpful. There's quite a few recipes. I'm not going to go over every single recipe that's helpful, although when I do make something that I specifically want, like that I needed her for, that I will go over that, at the very least, like how we cook it, right? So here's fried shroom, you know, 6 HP, 2 FP. Normally, it's not a huge deal. It is important to remember that is more than half of our max HP, and just under half of our max FP. This item will actually be useful to us, believe it or not, because we do have a lot of attacks that cost 3 FP, right? So being able to heal and restore FP at the same time is a very efficient way of doing that. But more importantly, by talking to her, we gain access to this shop where we can get Thunderbolts and Life Shrooms, which are amazing, and we can also go to the casino. And in the casino, depending on what level of membership card you have different tiers of prizes available to you. I can just go gambling at the slot machines in order to buy the prizes, but I'm going to show off all of the good ones. Right now, we have Super Appeal, Cake Mix, which will be useful for ingredients. Surprise, surprise, that's used for making cakes. And Refund. So none of these are, and I guess Super Shrooms, so you can get those at the shop since I have infinite money. None of those are, like, great. I don't even know if Super Appeal will ever come up. Cake Mix is relevant. There are actually a few recipes that I need Cake Mix for. The bigger thing is once we get the membership cards to unlock more badges by doing like the various mini games and stuff. we're just gonna do this. We're gonna continuously spam and get Piantas that way. We don't even need to go to the slot machines. But while I do that, you get to enjoy time-lapse. Okay, so, earlier we got the first available Ultra Shroom, from the Scam Artist guy. But, if you gain access to, as soon as you gain access to West Side Rougeport, which you can do as soon as you finish Chapter 1, just cause all you gotta do is, like, finish Chapter 1, and the context lens will arrive. You go down there, you can purchase Ultra Shrooms for 200 coins if you have the money for it. Obviously, I do because of infinite money. But you can also purchase Slow Shrooms, which are not as expensive. But typically, Slow Shrooms are thought of as pretty terrible. I do want to show off that both the Slow Shroom and Ultra Shroom are also part of very efficient healing items that you can make with Zest Tea. You don't even need the cookbook. Normally, you think of the healing items that give you both HP and FP to be cookbook exclusive, like the Jelly Ultras, the Maple Supers, those sorts of things. But if you cook a Ultra Shroom on its own, you will get, I believe it's called a Shroom Steak? And it is a very efficient, it's like 30 HP, 10 FP. Yeah, so for us, this is a full heal. I did also want to show off, for us, this is also basically a full heal. The Slow Shroom makes Shroom Roast, I think it's called. It's 15 HP, 5 FP. So if you are not using the Infinite Coins glitch, or cheat, I guess, not glitch, it's a cheat. I literally just entered a cheat code, in order to do it. But if you're not using that, this is a very efficient, healing item that you can get early on that's not too expensive. Slow Shroom is a pretty ass item, and so as a result, like, it doesn't cost that much money. And if you want, like, 15 HP, 5 FP is very respectable. Obviously for us in a level 1, it is a full heal, for not only just Mario, but, like, also his partners. Like, Koops has 15 HP, right? But for, like, vanilla play, if you've gotten a few levels, it's still quite useful. So, just wanted to show that off, and also, like, both to help other people who might not be as familiar with this game, but also as a, like, a demonstration of where we got these good items from. Because I did throw away all of those shroom fries that I made earlier. Those are obviously, like, the most, cheap, and therefore, like, I guess economically efficient, but, like, not action efficient ways to heal both FP and HP. But, yeah, early Zest Tea, not being able to combine 2 ingredients sucks a little bit, but, there are still plenty of very good recipes for only 1 ingredient. So, we're on our way out of Rougeport now, but I figured while we're here, I might as well say hi to an old friend. It's not Luigi. Mario actually neglects his brother. There's no actual benefit to interacting with Luigi other than his funny story, so we're not going to be doing that in this playthrough. But we are going to be saying hi to Gus. Now, technically speaking, you never actually have to fight Gus. He's guarding the sort of like, gang territory. I guess technically all of Rougeport is kind of gang territory, but he's guarding the, like, major gang territory. There's, like, 4 instances in the story where you need to go there, because that is where, you go when you need to talk to Don Bianta. That is where you go when you need to, get Bobbery. So there's a couple of instances you have to go there, but you can, pay him, like, 10 coins to go. And it's not gonna cost you, like, that much long-term, because it's 4 instances of paying 10 coins. I like fighting him, though. It's not, like, a very difficult fight. It's funny. So because I pre-damaged going in here, he procs the dialogue where, like, so he has special dialogue that he'll say when he deals enough damage to you that it's going to be lethal if you don't, do something about it after. But I'm just gonna Power Smash and Shell Slam him with our Mega Rushes. And Koops goes down. Very tragic for him. Anyway, we restored all of our star points by doing that as well. Part of the reason why I wanted to fight him is that the Power Smash strategy meant that I would restore enough star points that I won't need to rest in an inn, because pre-damaging Koops is actually pretty annoying. Pre-damaging Koops is, like, actually pretty annoying because of his point of defense, and because none of his attacks, like, he can get damaged on. Like, Goombella, we can just headbonk spiky people, but Koops, we have to actually let the enemy attack him. And of course, pre-damaging Mario is easy because we just walk into the water. Anyway, I guess I should show off my badge loadout because I didn't mention that. But yeah, our current equipped badges are, as you could probably intuit, Mega Rush P, and Power Smash. Just to get that super swingy first turn. Anyway, that's that's that. Also, for anyone wondering, I don't actually care that Koops got killed, because I can get him to 1 HP pretty easily by making a mistake. Not as in like a misplay, but you can have Zest T cook something that is uncookable, and that'll make a mistake, and then you can use that mistake to restore 1 HP and 1 FP. You see the surefire sign of a mistake with like the black smoke. So what we do is we feed the mistake to Koops, and now he's at peril again. So we got that all set. So that was good. Okay, so with that sort of, I guess, aside, distraction, whatever you want to call it, in Rougeport sort of completed, we now have Flurrie. I skipped over all the story stuff, but we've recruited her, and so it's time for unit review, character review, partner review, however you want to talk about it. So Flurrie is one of the stronger partners in the game, actually. In sort of like a really low-key way, Flurrie is incredibly strong. So she starts with 15 HP at base, so that's higher than both Koops and Goombella. And then she goes up to 20 and 25 as she levels up, but she's sort of deceptively the bulkiest partner by far, because she has functionally infinite HP. Lip Lock is a 3 FP move that she gets at Super Rank that'll deal 4 or 6 if she's upgraded, piercing damage, and she recovers that much HP. It is Awakening Nosferatu, only it's not. It's FE7 Nosferatu. She's sort of the awakening character, because as you can see, she has another very strong skill, literally named Gale Force. So I tend to call Flurrie the awakening character, because Gale Force is incredibly strong, and Lip Lock, which is Nosferatu tanking, is incredibly strong, and those are her best attributes. Body Slam is just sort of a generic attack. It's 2, 4, or 6 power, depending on her rank, and then Dodgy Fog makes Mario dodgy. It's not especially good. Dodge tanking is not good in Paper Mario, and it's not good in Fire Emblem. I mean, it is technically something you can do in Paper Mario. You can do it with Badges, but Dodgy Fog on its own is not especially good. Like, the avoid, if you do any sort of, like, dodge tank strategy, it's with Badges, it's not with Flurrie's Dodgy Fog. But Lip Lock is very, very good, because it gives her functionally infinite HP, and the fact that it pierces defense is a big deal. Watt from Paper Mario 64 is really elevated by the fact that she can pierce defense with her standard attack, so piercing defense is just as strong, if not stronger, in TTYD, because a lot of enemies have significant amounts of defense. So it being just 4 or 6 power is often deceptive. It's usually more than that, because if you factor in that it's piercing defense, when most attacks in this game don't. I can't think of any others off the top of my head, other than like piercing jump or piercing strike with the hammer, like sort of meme stuff. Oh, the Koops has an attack that pierces, an AoE attack that pierces. But we unfortunately won't get to make use of that because it's too much FP for 0%. But yeah, very good Lip Lock. Gale Force also very good. It blows away enemies, and it's kind of, it depends on the enemy, like how weak they are to it. Generally, grounded enemies, or like heavy enemies are less weak to it, and people in the air, you know, like flying enemies are more weak to it, but it's not super consistent. I think there were some programming errors, and led to things like, there's some like plants that are weak to it that you would expect not to be because they're rooted in. So it's a little bit inconsistent, but the big thing about it is that it is a screen clearer that if you get it correctly, like if you get it full, it often has very high to 100% chance to one-hit KO the entire screen, and you still get the experience from it. It's considered like blowing them away, but for some reason you still get experience from it, which, again, I don't know if that's a glitch or not, but it makes it incredibly strong. For just 4 FP to OHKO the entire screen, that's a big deal. That is a very big deal. It lands her, like, not quite in the level of, Yoshi and Goombella, because those tend to be, like, the strongest. Her Gale Force in particular is not, like, good against bosses. There's a couple of bosses it's useful against who, like, get ads or whatever, but for the most part, it's not good against bosses. The big thing against bosses, though, is Lip Lock lets her just stay alive forever. If you have her in the front, she can tank really, really well. 3 FP is not a lot of FP. I mean, again, in 0% it is, but that is a different can of worms. Flurrie, very good. I think that she will be pretty heavily impacted by the FP limits because her two best attributes are very FP hungry, with 4 and 3 apiece. We can actually use them, which is good. It's more than I can say for a couple of partners with their sort of like best attributes being more expensive. Or not best attributes, but like Koops, for example, his upgrades are just too expensive to use. But yeah, we can use Flurries, which is nice. I do think she will be pretty heavily impacted, however. Unfortunately for Flurrie, that use is not going to be immediate, because in the next force battle against these Xnauts, I think Koops is still the better choice. Generally, when there are multiple enemies, Koops is usually going to be, or not generally when there are multiple enemies, when there's multiple ground-down enemies, Peril Koops is typically, I think, just better than Gale Force. Partially because it's less FP, and partially because, like, it is actually guaranteed. So anyway, we will just Power Shell. Oh no! What a difficult fight! Anyway, look at all those star points we get. Just kidding. Just kidding. Crud, that stung. Yeah, Peril Koops is very good for the early game. So I forgot that there's actually a mandatory fight in the treasure room, but, can you guess what my solution to it is? We have to fight one Xnaut, in order to get the jail cell key, so there you go. That's how I deal with one Xnaut. Oopsie doopsie. I didn't record the introduction to that fight, but we get an Ultra Shroom. And we can buy them infinitely, basically. I don't care. So this next portion of the game introduces the gimmick where we have to escort a bunch of Punis around the tree in order to activate the Puny switches. It does, therefore, mean that there are quite a few, kind of mandatory battles. They're not, like, strictly mandatory, but the Punis are scared of a lot of stuff, and so as a result, you need to, kill enemies that would scare them in order to be able to hoard them around. So there will be quite a few generic fights that we have to engage in now, which is, you know, it is a something. I don't know that we need to... Yeah, we can kill this guy. Why not? We can kill this guy. So we don't have the FP for killing him traditionally, but thankfully I loaded up on mistakes before leaving Rougeport, so if I just like allow him to die... Oh wait, never mind, I have Jumpman, so yeah, we just do that anyway. I forgot I had Jumpman, so my jumps are enough to kill him anyway. Yeah, look at that. Gaming. So this is another spot where often they get scared by the Piters. I'm going to go ahead and switch to Goombella. Actually, I think Flurrie's probably better. So we're going to have to kill this Piter so that they don't get scared away. But thankfully, because of Jumpman, I don't quite one-shot them, but I can team up with Flurrie. I mean, I guess Jumpman isn't the reason that I would do it anyway. No, Jumpman is, because it boosts by that 1 extra damage. Dizzy, that is actually a really annoying random stage thing to happen. I do find the stage things, like, they're cute and charming, but they can be quite annoying. We're probably going to miss this attack now as a result of being dizzy, although it is worth noting, the face that Flurrie makes when she's dizzy is very funny. Look at her eyes. That means the Piter gets a free attack in, but that's not a huge deal. Yeah, not too much else to say about that. I'm just gonna have Mario jump. I'm not even gonna try to bait the dizzy. There we go. Bada bing, bada boom. And if we need to restore our FP or HP, we can always do Sweet Treats, because with stylish moves, the FP basically becomes free, or not FP, the star points basically become free. I do think, yeah, they scared away some of the Punis. They fell off a cliff. But it is still... we can recover them down there. Come on, get down the pipe. And, of course, we're getting another Shine Sprite here, too. before we go fetch all of our friends. Actually, we should probably kill this guy. Again, we want to kill all the enemies so the Punis don't get scared. It just makes corralling them a lot easier. So we'll go ahead and do that. We can slam this Piter, and that leaves the Piranha Plant alive for a turn. But then we're going to switch to Koops and have Koops finish off the Piranha Plant with his, like, Peril Shell Smash thing. So we will go ahead and swap partner, bring out Koops, have him Shell Toss, bada bing, bada boom. Really quite shrimple. It's really quite shrimple. And that's that fight. And hey, look, we got some FP recovery that way. So, pretty good, pretty good. We should probably fight that other Piranha Plant. Just, again, they're gonna scare the Punis. Although it didn't look like the Punis were actually that scared. So, maybe not. Maybe I've just been gas-lamping myself this whole time. That Piter is potentially going to knock out Koops, but that's also fine. And hey, look, he didn't, because he went for the 1 damage attack. A little silly of him. If he'd gone for the 2 damage attack and just, like, straight up targeted Koops, he could have won. But instead, or not won, but he would have knocked out Koops, and then we would have had to, like, use a mistake to refresh him. Oh, fuck, we just got a heart with Koops out. God damn it, I hate it when that happens. Well, we're gonna have to reset Peril. So we have escorted all of the 10 Punis down to this room. And now we get to fight the Jabbies with our 10 Jabby, 10 Puny squad. It's not that hard. Get the kill. Die. You don't really have to do anything. You can just, like, spam your shell and hammer. It is possible to lose these. I lost one in the partners only thing. They're stuck in the corner and I can't reach them. But it is pretty easy, especially the early ones. So that is that. So now that we have 100 Punis, it's even harder to, like, keep them from getting scared. And we do have a Piter that we need to fight. And I learned earlier, I was wrong to fight those Fire Flowers. The only enemy that actually scares them is the Piters. But this Piter is, like, really evilly positioned in a way that you do need to, like, hit him with Koops in order to damage him. But thankfully, that's actually a really good lineup for, that. Wait, no, he's not shroomed up. Oh, he's not periled up. That's actually really tragic. Okay, well, we'll just have him, oh, that's really tragic, actually. He's not all periled. Because we got that heart earlier. And we got that heart because I was fighting Piranha Plants, which I didn't even need to do. This is actually really tragic. Okay, I hope one of them attacks him. Well, with a 2 damage attack. Please? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Okay. Well, we can have him, we can go for it again. We can have him and Mario team up to kill this one, and then hopefully one will attack him with a 2 damage attack, and then I just won't guard. And hopefully that'll be enough. I really just need him to take 1 point of damage, please. God damn it. Ugh. I could get him killed on purpose. This is so tragic. My Peril Koops has been ruined. My day is ruined. I believe there's one other Piter up here. Like, they're very mean about it. Oh my goodness. Just get down here so I can kill you. And then once we kill the Piters, I can go fetch all the ones who jumped off the edge. Which is, like, basically everyone. It's like a narrow walkway with all the Piters. Okay. You can kill this guy. If your Peril were online, you'd be able to, like, literally one-shot them, Koops. This is so tragic. I wouldn't even say no to him dying, because then I could turn Peril online using a mistake. And, yes, I will use... Oh, no, I shouldn't have guarded. Oh, wait, no. It was a 1 damage one anyway. There we go. Okay, Peril online. Look at this absolute gamer now. 8 damage, motherfucker. Okay, Koops is back. We're back. And then we can do a sweet treat, because we'll get enough star points. We can do a street. Oh wait, no, we can't. Oh, Koops, my man. That is actually tragic. That is actually tragic. We got a coin though. So that's something, I guess. All right, let's bonk you. We can kill with Mario's jump next turn. Nope, that was hammer. I'm really good at video games, I promise. There we go. There we go. Flubbed inputs aside, there we go. The Piters are taken out. Koops has peril turned on. Mario accidentally has peril turned on. So it all works out in the end. We can go ahead and fix that with the shroom's sake, though. There we go. There we go. And while we're on the Koops hype train, let's grab the badge. I think it's defense P. Yeah, damage dodge P. Okay. But then we can gather all of our duties, our doodads. Of course, here we've got Anna's secret shop, hidden behind the little paper. And there's some decent stuff here. You know, HP drain is nice. It's mostly good because it lets you purchase, like... Oh, Mr. Softy's pretty good too, I guess. Or Mr. Mini is pretty good too. But it's mostly good because it lets you purchase mushrooms and honey inside the tree. Because eventually you get to the point where you, like, can't really leave the tree because of the countdown thing. So it's nice that it exists. It's not really like, you know, you expect the premium secret shop to be. But it is nice that it's here. And here we have another Jabby fight, and this one, it is actually possible to lose more so than the 10 Jabby one, but I think if you just, like, hold down Flurrie to blow them all, like, look at all the Jabbies getting knocked out because they're getting blown against the wall. I don't think that's, like, permanently kills them, but it does stun them and lets the Punis kill them, and honestly good enough. Like, oh no, we're getting our Punis knocked down, but we win anyway, by far. Honestly, those Jabby fights kind of make me think of the Team Star Fortress stuff that happens in, like, Pokemon Scarlet and Violet and whatnot. In that it is basically just, like, an auto battle. Oh my goodness. Piranha Plant. It's basically, like, just an auto battle that you can't really lose. Anyway, thankfully here we are going to get the Punis trapped and put in jail, so we no longer have to deal with their nonsense. We do have to deal with some Puny nonsense in, like, the very, very end of the tree, but this does, like, hoarding the Punis is a cute idea, but it ends up just being annoying, especially with, like, the Piters and the narrow ledges. Like, fuck those sections. But yeah, it is, it's a cute idea, poor execution. We are going to have to do it again near the very end, but this basically makes the rest of the zone just not have mandatory fights, which is good because mandatory fights are, cringe. I mean, just kidding. Like, I don't mind the mandatory fights. The enemies are really easy, and I've been kind of memeing on that, but it is Chapter 2 in a children's RPG. Like, I don't know. The enemies being easy isn't, like, damning. Like, oh no... they made the game for children beatable by children, especially in the early game. Who'da thunk it? Difficulty does scale up. Like, difficulty does scale up. Immediately punished for complaining about the things being too easy. I accidentally jumped on a spiked enemy. Anyway, yeah, we will, be back next time there's a mandatory fight. Are you gonna really do this to me? You're gonna really do this to me? Okay. I deserve this. I deserve this for complaining about things being too easy. I deserve it. Okay, so, we are now going to get the Punis' big treasure, which is not the Crystal Star, although the Crystal Star is actually going to be nice for us as well. But the real upgrade is the Super Boots. This gives our jump +1 power. It also lets us, like, break panels and progress the story as a result of that. But the big thing is that we get Spin Jump as a move, just, like, without any badges. It's another FP move we can use. Oh, one more time. Sure, why not? I love Toadette. I'll do it for her. Did you know this is actually the first appearance of Toadette? Fun Toadette facts. Follow for more fun Toadette facts. But yeah, not only does it give us, like, extra base power on our jumps, but it gives us access to the Spin Jump attack, which will potentially be useful if we are using all of our badges on things other than specific BP moves. Because remember, we have only 3 BP. So, yeah, it's good in multiple ways, and, like, then it obviously lets us progress the game, and as a result, we can get some more stuff, including this Shine Sprite. Well, we can't get the Shine Sprite yet. I think, actually, we can. No, we can. We have to fall down there and actually land. Slamming is difficult, okay? The slamming... Oh, my goodness. Mario. Fake gamer. Fake gamer. I'm such a fucking fake gamer. One more time, Mario. One more time. We got this. Are you fucking kidding me right now, Mario? You're making me look bad in front of my subscribers. Oh my goodness. There we go. Okay. Let's get Koops out here. Grab this. So this is the charge badge. It's 1 BP, gives you access to the charge command, which is 1 FP. Charge, generally not especially good. Basically what it is you take a turn off of dealing damage to deal 1 more damage next turn. The return on investment is not great. It combos with, like, power bounce, right? Like the multi-hit attacks. But generally not worth it, in my opinion. Both because, like, it's not just you're taking off a turn to deal extra damage, which is, you know, sort of combo with multi-hit attacks, but not as much as you would expect. Like, I'm pretty sure, actually, I think, no, I'm fucking lying. It doesn't super combo with multi-hit attacks at all. Because what happens is you get the 1 extra for the first hit of power bounce, but then you don't get any more extra. Like, it doesn't stack on top, right? I'm pretty sure. I might be wrong, but I think there's, like, delaying amounts of chargedness. But the biggest thing is that, like, it not only consumes FP and, like, turns, but it also takes BP. Badges are a very big deal. BP is your most precious resource. Spending 1 BP for charge is, like, it's just kind of a scam. Honestly, it's just kind of a scam. Anyway, we'll go down here. And then we'll go free the Punis from their jail cell. And then we'll proceed with the story, yeah. So, you know, we'll be back at the next mandatory encounter. Okay, so 2 more resources that we're gaining here. First is from this chest. Shrink Stomp. It's alright. It's, like I said with Mini, like, reducing enemy power is nice. The big thing is that, again, it costs BP, it costs FP, and I think that those are actually a bigger cost than an inventory slot. We do also get a Shine Shrine. That is a Shine Sprite, Shine Sprine, whatever they're called. Those are resources too. But yeah, we get both of those. Anyway, we're getting into endgame now, so we'll see you at Magnus Von Grapple. So Magnus is, or rather, Grotus is escaping. So now we have fight against 2 generic Xnauts. I can't flee this fight. Oh no, whatever will I do? Maybe I will normal jump, and then maybe I will shell toss. Those seem both like good ideas. And look at that. Look at that! We win. Okay, and now it's time for, I guess the main event? Question mark? This is the chapter boss, Magnus Von Grapple. Fun fact, Magnus Von Grapple will always have the same audience. it's one of the few fights where the audience is not, like, determined by RNG and whatnot. It is fixed. You will always have the left side be full of Punis and the right side be full of Xnauts. And this is, I guess, like, theoretically relevant because there are specific audience members that give, like, buffs no one else can give. Like, the ghosts can make people invisible, for example. Xnauts are more likely to do negative things to you. So I'm gonna have Flurrie, Body Slam, Reno. But yeah, other than that, not too much to note about this fight. So, like, Magnus has a couple of attacks. The Stomp will deal 2 damage unless you guard him when she deals 1. The Earthquake hits both Mario and his partner. And is piercing damage. So that's also a little bit annoying. And then he can eventually shoot off his fists, which there's 2 ways to deal with, or there's a couple of ways to deal with, actually. The fists deal 4 damage each. They have, like, an attack power of 4 each. So you can Gale Force them away. You know what I'm gonna do? An Earth Tremor them. Although you do need to get a high enough Earth Tremor score to hit aerial enemies. Because Earth Tremor initially only hits grounded enemies. And you do have to, like, score high enough by successfully action commanding to make it high enough to hit them. Which is why I'm, like, a little bit focus mode right now to make sure we get it. There we go. Bum, 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 bum. Okay. I think that's high enough. Yeah. Okay, so it hits them. It will hit for full damage, everyone who it hits. So that is the way to get rid of them. The backup plan was I do still have that shooting star, and I could use it. Magnus also has a point of defense, which is why Flurrie is only dealing 1 damage to him. But, and why the spin jump and the Jumpman powered boots are only dealing 2, and then spin jump only deals that much there. And we'll just body slam here with her. And then, I think we're gonna finish it off in style with Old Reliable. There are a couple of, like, I could just easily do... Ooh, that's nice. The bingo's actually really nice. Restoring the HP is definitely appreciated. Not necessary, like, I had more than enough HP, but it is nice. So there are a couple of ways that I could have finished this off, right? I could do a spin jump, or a shooting star or whatever, plus flurry attack, but I think it's only fitting. It is only fitting to deal 7 damage, because of the 1 defense, with Koops for the finishing blow. He's our fucking all-star. He's our fucking GOAT. He's been the MVP of this chapter. And so he deserves the win. He deserves to get the kill. He doesn't get any experience for this. This isn't like a Fire Emblem boss kill. This is still a 0 experience run. But, Koops is our GOAT, and we love him. Anyway, that's chapter 2, all in a nutshell, put together. So if you're liking the Paper Mario, like, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff. I hope that it is fun for y'all to watch as it is for me to play. Why is Mario angry? I guess he's angry at Magnus, and Lord Trump and whatnot. That makes sense. We get the Emerald Star now, though. Thanks for tuning in. Bye.